Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for stopping by. So if you haven't seen my online manga shopping with me video, I suggest you guys to click on that video now. So I'm going to insert a card for you guys to click on as that video and this video links. If you have seen it already, then keep on watching. So a lot of you guys already know what series I've picked up from that video. So this won't be a stereotypical haul where I'm like, oh, I'm excited to read this, as I have read these series already. So I'm going to show you guys what I've picked up and also give you my impression and also my honest opinion whether these series are worth picking up or not, as yeah, like these series are definitely very popular within the manga community at the moment. So it's probably even in your wish list at the moment, or probably a series that you have read already. So I thought it would be fun to give my little review, my little opinion on these series that I've read, and maybe even help some of you guys that are debating whether to pick some of these series up. As a manga collector, this is definitely a very expensive hobby. Like, it is definitely not cheap at all. So I tend to buy manga that I know I would tend to enjoy, or manga that I love already. So yeah, I tend to avoid picking up manga for the sake of it, as I hate that feeling of regret, or like, you know, that guilty feeling that you know you're picking up a manga that you don't like. Yeah, I tend to avoid that. So I only buy manga series that I like. I hope you guys enjoy this video. I'm really excited to talk more about these series, as definitely I found some gems within this haul that I've rated a 10 out of 10, and that is normally very rare for me, as if I like a series, maybe I give it a 7, maybe 8, maybe a 9, but a 10 out of 10, that just shows that is my all-time favorite manga. So yeah, I'm really excited to tell you guys what series those are. But definitely within this haul, there are some series that I was, excuse me, oh, a burp there. Definitely within this haul, there are some series that I was a little bit disappointed about, which you guys are probably going to be shocked too, but you just have to continue watching this video to know what series those are. But yeah, thank you for always supporting this channel, guys. Please give this video a like, comment and subscribe. You know the drill already, and comment down below if you guys have the same opinion as me, or maybe a different opinion as me. I'm really excited to like read your comments down below in the comment section, and definitely take my opinions with a grain of salt, as some series are probably like you guys probably won't like, vice versa, where some series you guys like but I don't like. So yeah, definitely take this video with a grain of salt, and I hope you guys enjoy this video, and let's get started. So I'm gonna move these manga aside so I can show you guys what I picked up. So the first series that I picked up from Amazon is Wotakoi, and I got all 4 volumes that are currently out at the moment, and I absolutely love the anime series. So this is what volume 1 looks like. Making sure that it's staying focus, as I realized the recent haul that I did, everything was not that focused. So yeah, I'm just trying to make sure everything's in focus. So this is volume 1. Volume 2, I was definitely very enthusiastic in picking all 4 volumes. Volume 3. And volume 4. So I'm gonna flick through some of the pages for you guys and explain how I feel about the series, my impression. But to be honest, out of all the manga that I bought in this haul, this is the only series that I haven't finished yet. So all 4 volumes is gonna take me quite a while to finish, as I'm still on volume 1. I think I only read a few of its chapters. But yeah, let me just show you guys what's inside. So the first thing you will notice when you start off with Wotakoi is that it starts off with some colored art pages, and with the chapters it's titled as episodes. And what I've noticed about Wotakoi is that each episode is actually very short, and I'm so glad I watched the anime first before reading the manga, as what I've noticed about when I started reading the manga is that it didn't really explain like the characters' relationships as well as the anime did. So definitely if I started off reading the manga first, I would have been confused. So that's one thing that I noticed. And definitely since the manga is done by episodes, it's not like chapters, so it does seem like everything moves quite quickly, if that makes sense. So it feels like, when I say it's episodic, basically you can read a random chapter and still enjoy it without needing to know what happened before. So Wotakoi is that type of manga. That's what I've noticed from the first few chapters that I've read. I feel like since I watched the anime, I was in like no rush to like read the manga. That's probably why I haven't given it as much love as I wanted to. Definitely I want to put some time to read more of this manga. As I said, I do want a season 2, so I am still intrigued on what is going to happen next, and like how their relationship blossoms. I just love how it is an office romance, and how everyone is older than a typical shoujo. Probably because the manga started off on Pixiv first, so it wasn't meant to be published as a manga, as Pixiv is like a website where people share their illustrations. So I think after the recognition and it being published into a manga, that's why like the first few chapters felt like it didn't flow as well, but I'm just assuming, by the way. So yeah, I'm still excited to read this, but I'm just not in a rush to. But that is what Wotakoi looks like. So like, definitely give it a go still, and definitely try out the anime. And if you love the anime, do try out volume 1. If volume 1 doesn't work out, or you just don't like the structure, feel like, yeah, maybe this series is not for you, but that's Wotakoi. So the next series that I'm really excited to show you guys that I picked up is Sweat and Soap Volume 2 and 3. And this was a 10 out of 10, like absolute gem of them all. And yeah, that just shows how much I love the series. I literally couldn't put this manga down. I really loved this manga, like everything about the series. Since I only picked up Volume 2 and 3, as soon as I read Volume 1, like I couldn't wait to pick up Volume 4. So I do have Volume 4 in my hands right now. The reason why I picked up Volume 4 so quickly as well is because I knew I could finish this series in one sitting. And as I said, the way I couldn't put this manga down just shows how much I love it. But yeah, definitely Sweat and Soap is such a good josei and smut manga. For me, this is my #1 series for those type of genres. So yeah, this has definitely topped it off for all the mangas that I've read in my entire lifetime. This is my #1 manga for josei and smut. So yeah, I'm really happy that I have this in my collection. This is such an amazing series that if you're of age, you'll definitely love this series. So I'm just gonna flick through some of the pages for you guys. Yeah, so this manga is such a cute office romance. Like, it absolutely makes your heart throb. Like, I can't even explain how this manga makes me feel. It just makes me feel so happy. I can't even explain it. Like, you know when you read a manga and you just feel so satisfied and happy? Like, this is the type of manga that, yeah, I'm so happy I have it in my collection now. But yeah, what made me love this series is that the manga knows exactly what us readers want, and she delivers it so well. Like, from the plot, character development, romance, and the smut scenes, definitely an A++. Like, the smut scenes are, they're steamy, I love it. But anyway, yeah, it's not like your typical manga where the mangaka throws in like side characters to challenge the relationship. It's very sweet. Like, the romance is just, oh, absolutely amazing. What I love about this manga even more is that all the characters in this manga root for both of the protagonists' relationship, and that just makes me so happy. I hate when like manga adds some like side characters to like spice things up or challenge like someone's relationship. I just love this, okay? Anyways, reading this manga has definitely made me so happy to see how the relationship was going between the two protagonists, and it was definitely a fun read that I for sure need more of. I really can't wait to read more Sweat and Soap and when the new volume comes out. Definitely, if you're of age, like, please give this manga a go. Like, the smut scenes are, they're good. But anyway, what I was trying to say is that even though the concept is a bit questionable, it's not what you think it is, if that makes sense. It's really a sweet romance that you're all gonna enjoy. I can definitely relate to the main character Asako with her like sweat problem, as definitely I've been dealing with this sweat problem since I was very young. Like, I don't get it, like, I just sweat too much, like more than average. It doesn't make sense. But anyway, I don't relate to her with her romance side because my boyfriend doesn't have a smell fetish, but I can see where she's coming from with the insecurity with the sweat thing. So yeah, definitely a very fun series that I can guarantee you guys will enjoy. But yeah, that is it for Sweat and Soap. I hope you guys give this manga a go. It's definitely an amazing series that you're gonna love. 10 out of 10. Next series that I'm going to talk about is Requiem of the Rose King. So I picked up 3 volumes for this, and this is what volume 1 looks like, volume 2, and then volume 3. And boy, the art style is absolutely beautiful for Requiem of the Rose King. Let me flick through some pages for you guys. But yeah, this series definitely caught me off guard. Like, wow. This series was, let me just keep on explaining. Anyway, I want to say a big thank you to Geeky Dreams as well for recommending me this manga, as this series just blew my mind away. You know when you like have really low expectations for a manga, but once you read it, you're like, I need this in my life, and this is Requiem of the Rose King, and I need more than 3 volumes. But anyway, so let me just flick through some of the pages. Yeah. This is another gem that I gave a 10 out of 10. If you haven't noticed in my hauls, I haven't really picked up anything like this manga, you know. Requiem of the Rose King, it is a gender bender. It's not your, oh, where's my camera not focusing? Okay, it is a gender bender. It's not like your typical shoujo. It's definitely a lot darker. So yeah, definitely very different from what I have in my collection, and I'm so glad I have this in my collection now, as it's such a great series. And for me to give it a 10 out of 10, that just shows how amazing this manga is. Definitely this is not the typical manga I tend to normally read, as it's set in olden day England, and it's also a gender bender, so I for sure didn't know what I was getting myself into when I was reading this at first. Not gonna lie, this manga has one of the best plots I have read, and yeah, definitely I got so sucked into reading this manga. 3 volumes was definitely not enough. I just need it all. I need all 13, is it 13 volumes that are out at the moment? I think so. I think the next time I'm going to London, I'm going to go to Forbidden Planet and pick up all the other like volumes if they have it. If they don't, then I'll just have to stick with Amazon. But yeah, Requiem of the Rose King definitely reminded me a lot of Game of Thrones. Like, if you haven't seen Game of Thrones already, I haven't finished the series, to be honest. I think I watched up to like season 5, but definitely from the first couple volumes it will remind you of Game of Thrones, as there are similar elements to it. So yeah, I just love this manga so much. Definitely I didn't expect to enjoy it as much as I have. Like, this manga is everything that I needed, that I didn't even know that I needed, you know. I didn't even know it existed until Geeky Dreams told me to read this. So just a big thank you to you, hun. Like, this series is absolutely amazing. I can't wait to read more of. I'm so glad I have this in my collection, because I'm so excited to read more of it. I love when a series just gets you all pumped and excited. You know, when you just read one volume and you just can't have enough, you need the next one. So yeah, definitely Requiem of the Rose King. This series has got me all hyped that I can't wait to read more of and just collect the rest. But oh, I just love the art style. Can you see how beautiful this cover looks? Like, wow. Just wow. Oh, it's gorgeous. I'm gonna flick through some pages for you guys. This might be too much of a spoiler, but oh, it's so good, guys. I know this is categorized as a shoujo, but I feel like it's not like that typical shoujo. It's definitely a lot darker, and I feel like it's more of a mature read. Like, if that makes sense. Yeah, definitely a more mature read, but I like this. Do bear in mind, guys, that this series, it is quite graphic with a little gore, which is very different from the typical fluffy shoujo mangas that I read, or josei manga. So I'm really glad that I picked this up. Definitely I was mind blown, and I just can't get enough of this. Like, I need more. So the next series that I picked up, which is a josei series, and that is Perfect World. So I've picked up volume 1 and 2. The funny thing is, when I read volume 1 and 2, volume 2 ended off as a cliffhanger, so I was like, oh, I need more. So I ordered volume 3, which I have here, this one ended off as a cliffhanger too. But yeah, let me just show you what the volumes look like. So this is what volume 1 looks like, and I just love the matte feeling of it, and I like how they have a spot gloss here, where it's like glossy and the rest is matte. But yeah, I love this series so much. Like, I can't get enough of it, and I have pre-ordered volume 4, which is coming out soon. That is gonna come to me, I think, tomorrow. I'm just so happy that I have this in my collection. Definitely another series that I love a lot. So I'm just gonna flip through some pages of volume 1 for you guys to show you guys what's inside. Anyway, this was a series that I definitely really enjoyed reading. I definitely shedded a few tears reading this manga, as it does touch on like sensitive topics, especially the struggles that one faces that has a disability. And as able-bodied people, like, with our daily activities, we might not even like realize the things that some people might struggle with. So definitely it makes you aware of like certain things that people like with a disability might struggle on. Oh, it looks very dirty. I just noticed that it's very dirty. What I've noticed with Amazon as well, a lot of my manga, like the spines are chipped and scuffed. I'm not gonna go on about it too much, but definitely Amazon is not the best place to buy manga, but it is very convenient. Like, let me show you, like, something's wrong with us. Like, can you see here? Like, I don't know if it's focusing. Like, it's chipped, and I had like Something's Wrong With Us free, where like the whole page had a slit, and I did the first volume that I received from Something's Wrong With Us. The actual cover had a big ass slit, so I had, this is the actual replacement, and even the replacement has a chip on the spine. So yeah, definitely Amazon is not a reliable place to buy manga, but it's definitely very convenient. Another thing that I noticed is that I can see why some people might not like enjoy this manga as much as I did, as definitely it touches on a relationship where one partner is disabled, so it is a very sensitive subject that some people might not be comfortable, or like they might see some part of the manga very unrealistic, and I can see where they're coming from with that, and it can be a very unenjoyable read to some other people, as with certain characters within this manga, some of the things that they say does make people feel uncomfortable. However, in my opinion, I feel like this was a very like good read, to be honest, and I just need more of it. Like I got so sucked into this manga. I love it so much. Another thing that I want to mention about Perfect World is that the other day I think I had an Instagram comment saying that there is a movie live adaptation for this manga series and also a drama adaptation, so definitely check those out too. I watched a movie and it was amazing. However, I was tempted to watch the drama, but I thought maybe that's too much of a spoiler for me and I don't want to ruin the series, so I haven't watched the drama yet, even though it does have really great actors. But yeah, just to let you guys know, there are live adaptations that you can watch for Perfect World, and yeah, like I just can't wait to see how the series goes. For sure, Perfect World is a great josei series that more publishers need to publish more josei series, to be honest. But yeah, I really love this series and you guys should check it out too. Hey, so sorry that I look a little different, as I literally just woke up from a nap. As always, you know, my camera died, so I thought might as well take a nap. But anyway, so the next series that I picked up was Something's Wrong With Us Volume 1 by Natsume Ando. And yeah, I do own volume 2 and 3, but yeah, you guys are gonna be surprised about my opinion, as to be honest, I didn't really enjoy this series as much as I thought I would have. Like, how do you say it? Like, I feel like because I watched a Japanese drama and I knew about the plot and I was so in love with it, that when it came to reading the manga now, I wasn't excited, if that makes sense. I wasn't excited to read the next volume as I already knew the plot. So it really spoiled my enjoyment of reading the manga series. So yeah, I'm definitely not enjoying this at the moment. I feel like I will still continue collecting the series. So I'm just gonna flip through some pages from volume 1 to show you guys. So I can see why some people haven't enjoyed this manga as much. Hopefully I can give it the love that it deserves, but at the moment I felt just a little disappointed. I feel like because I'm reading such good series at the moment, like this doesn't compare to the series that I'm reading, so that's probably why I feel even more disappointed, when to be honest this series has nothing bad about it. It's just that I'm not enjoying it as much as I wanted to, if that makes sense. But yeah, but definitely I am not in a rush in reading Something's Wrong With Us at the moment, as I'm just not as interested compared to the other series that I've talked about today. And I know I love Natsume Ando's work, and I know I love the plot, to be honest, for this series. It's just that I'm just not excited at the moment. So reading this manga defo left me like feeling a bit conflicted, but defo more of a shoujo than a josei manga in my opinion. I feel like ignore my opinion guys and still give this series a go and pick up volume 1. If volume 1 is not your vibe, then I feel like yeah, there's no need to continue with volume 2. But if you really enjoyed the series, definitely continue, because the plot is actually amazing, but unfortunately I think I just spoiled it for myself. That's why I didn't enjoy it as much. But definitely give it a go. If it's your jam, then it's your jam. If it's not, then it's not. Yeah, so that is Something's Wrong With Us. So the next series that I'm really excited to share with you guys is Secretly I've Been Suffering About Being Sexless. And wow, this series, I enjoyed this series so much that I just couldn't believe it. I definitely didn't have much expectations, as you guys would have known that when I was picking this manga up, I was like, oh, I don't know why I added this to my basket, but I'm so glad I added this to my collection. Also, it is like not a lot of commitment, as it's only a one-shot, so there's only 5 chapters in this manga. And yeah, it's definitely a fun, short, lovely read. Like, yeah, those 3 words, fun, short, and lovely. Like, it's great. I feel like you guys should pick it up. Definitely a series that I haven't heard anyone talk about, to be honest. But yeah, so this is what the volume looks like. I'm just gonna flick through some pages for you guys. I feel like even though it's a one-shot, you can really resonate with the main character. Definitely it's a very super fun read, but also a very relatable one for anyone that's been in a long-time relationship, or maybe like that is married. But I feel like even if you haven't like experienced that type of relationship, I feel like you can still enjoy this manga. But I feel like for those who are married or have been in a long-time relationship, you can relate to this manga a lot more. Definitely this manga did pull a few of my heartstrings, heartstrings of mine, as it reminded me of my own relationship and the struggles that I have faced. But yeah, this manga is basically saying communication is key to a relationship, basically, and you're not alone with these struggles. And I really enjoyed this series. I feel like although this was a very fun series, I definitely shedded a few tears, as it did remind me of some of my personal struggles within my relationship that I faced. But yeah, definitely a very fun read, and I just liked how it felt like, oh, you're not alone in this, you know. What I love about this manga is that the mangaka is amazing for writing this story, as it's about her real life experience that she faced with her husband, and it just shows that, like, when there's nothing wrong in a relationship but there are some misunderstandings, things can still build up. And yeah, it just shows the frustration, the misunderstanding and all that stuff, and to be honest, it's just trying to say that communication is key. But yeah, I really enjoyed this series. Definitely a fun read. I recommend you guys to pick it up, as there's very little commitment in collecting this series. So yeah, I definitely recommend you guys, if you want to read a fun read, definitely pick this up. So moving on to the age gap titles now. As you guys know, I definitely went out of my comfort zone with these titles. So yeah, I feel like it'll be fun to share my opinions on it. So the first series that I picked up was We Swore to Meet in the Next Life, and that's when things got weird. That's such a long title, but yeah, definitely very dirty when I got it from Amazon. But it's so tiny, look, compared to this volume. Can you see the size difference? Definitely, I've noticed 7Cs have been coming out with tiny volumes, same as Cutie and the Beast. Them two are the same size, it's just that this series is even more thinner. So yeah, I feel like it's not worth the price, as it is very expensive for what it is. So for you guys that are in America, this is $12.99. So that is so expensive for this tiny volume, which yeah, I have a lot of opinions on this. So I'm gonna flick through some pages for you guys and show you guys what it looks like. This volume is really expensive, and I feel like it was an okay read, but not something that I'm invested in, to be honest. I think because out of all the age gaps, this series has the biggest age gap, and I think the boy is 17 and the woman, oh yeah, it says at the front cover, the boy is 17 and the woman is 39 years old. And yeah, that's too much of a big of an age gap to me. That's like a mum and a son. So yeah, definitely not my cup of tea. But to be honest, I wasn't really thrown off with the age gap. I just felt like the storyline was just meh, you know? It wasn't something that I was invested in, and I didn't feel like it was worth the money, if that makes sense. So I'm not trying to say that I regret picking up this series, but I don't think I will pick up volume 2, as the storyline was just meh, you know. There's other series that are better out there, and better series that have better age caps, if that makes sense. But that's how I feel about this series. But yeah, I just don't feel like I'm very invested in this plot at all. Also, this manga felt very short. I feel like I finished it in less than 10 minutes. So yeah, I think I paid £8 something, but I think original price is £11.99. For what it is, to finish within like 10 minutes, yeah, I don't think this is worth it, guys. So this is a miss. Even though the plot was a bit meh and a bit simple, it was a fun read still, but unfortunately it's not something that I'm invested in or want any more of. So yeah, that is my opinion for We Swore to Meet in the Next Life, and that's when things got weird. Yes, very long title name as well. So yeah, I don't really recommend this, by the way. Unless you're looking for an expensive, short, fun read, then go for it. So the next age gap title that I picked up was Cutie and Obese, and like the other series that I talked about earlier, it is the same size, but Cutie and Obese is a little thicker, and also, let me just compare it to a normal manga size. Well, this is not a normal manga size, but the recent Kodansha manga size, where it's a lot bigger, it's definitely very small. Actually, let me get a normal manga. Okay, this is a normal size manga, and this is the size of Cutie and Obese, so it's definitely a lot smaller. I feel like this series was very cute that I overlooked the age gap. But anyway, so this is Cutie and the Beast, published by 7Cs. So surprisingly, I thought this manga was such a cute read. Like, I actually really enjoyed it, although the volume size is quite small, as I said earlier, and also the story is quite short. So this manga was a very quick read in my opinion, but I really enjoyed the plot, so I am curious what is going to happen next. So I will be picking up volume 2 of Cutie and the Beast when it does come out. But yeah, this series is definitely a very fluffy shoujo with an age gap that I don't mind reading. I like how the main guy character is not your stereotypical good looking guy, but a big fluffy bear that's a wrestler. So yeah, that's definitely what got me intrigued with this series. Surprisingly, the age gap didn't bother me at all, so I feel like this was definitely a very pleasant read. So definitely, if you want a fluffy shoujo, like a new series that you want to try, definitely try this series out. It's not a lot, but it was a very fun read. So the last age gap series that I picked up is Living Room Matsunaga-San, and I got volume 1 and 2. And this series really reminds me of the Japanese TV show called Terrace House. And if you guys haven't watched that series before, go watch it. It is a reality TV show where basically strangers live in a house together. It is a fun show that I feel like you guys are gonna get hooked on. But anyway, Living Room Matsunaga-San, this is what volume 1 looks like. But yeah, so I haven't got volume 3 or 4 yet at the moment, as I feel like I'm not in a rush to collect this series. I will collect this series, but it's not like a series that I need more of. It's more like I read one volume, then I'm like, oh, I feel satisfied. Like, one volume is enough. It's not like something that I'm like constantly chasing. So yeah, I'm not in a rush to collect this series, but I do want to continue collecting it. What I like about this manga with its age gap is that I like how it's very respectful. Like, nothing has happened yet romantically, so I like how the pace is going at the moment. The concept as well is just very cute. Although this was a fun read and I really loved it, I feel like I still wasn't infatuated with the series, if that makes sense, compared to like Sweat and Soap or like Requiem of the Rose King, where I literally couldn't put the manga down, that I loved it so much. I feel like this series definitely will continue collecting it, but one volume actually is quite good, you know, like satisfied. That's how I'll say it. Yeah, but yeah, I will definitely be continuing collecting this series, and this is what volume 1 looks like. So this was the last series that I picked up for this manga haul. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. All in all, I would say all the titles that I picked up in this haul, I definitely don't regret picking them up at all. I'm just glad that I had them in my collection, to be honest, because I did enjoy reading all of them, just some more than others. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this haul and my opinions. Do let me know in the comment section if you have any feedback for me or any like video suggestions that you want to see from my channel. I would love to know. And yeah, like if I ever do reach 1,000 subscribers one day, definitely I want to film a collection video or maybe a Q&A video if you guys want to know more about me. But yeah, comment down below whichever one you want. And yeah, I hope you guys have a lovely day. As always, please like, comment, subscribe. You know the drill. Anyway, have a great day, guys. See you soon. Bye.